what do you make of Dylan Naidoo and his SA Open win?
Well, this was quite ironic because I phoned him after his victory. And I said, you know, Dylan, I won my first South African Open. And I'm surprised the press haven't got onto this. But anyway, I said to him, you know, Dylan, I won my first South African Open at Durban Country Club in 1956, before your father was born. And I said, like your father was hugging you and crying, my father was hugging me and crying. And I said, the only difference is I won 500 pounds and you won 5 million rand. What a difference. And I said, you are so, well, you are such an example to people. He, I believe, was in the Olympiad. That's the maths and science to represent South Africa. He's a brilliant young man. And the way he behaved was a great example for professional golf. And I said to him, you know, my mind goes back. When I won in those days, people of color were not allowed to play. And I said, it does my heart so much good today to see you come along and win this tournament. And I said, I was very friendly with Papwa Sewgolum. There were a lot of people at the time, the way they could get rid of apartheid or get at apartheid was to hammer me. A lot of lies that were spoken about Papwa and me. We were great friends. We played practice rounds together. I sponsored him with an air ticket to go to Australia. And I said, Papwa's in heaven today. And he will be so proud of you because he set the stage for you guys. And it's so wonderful to see. So I think, I don't know how he swings. I don't know what he's thinking on the golf swing is. And so I can't pass judgment, but I'm just hoping he'll go on from strength to strength because he will be a real true ambassador for South Africa. And people must forget and not forget. Golf gives South Africa more publicity than any sport. There's a golf tournament every week somewhere in the world of all nationalities and all religions and colors and places around the world. And our young pros are so well behaved and such great ambassadors. So we must encourage golf. And young people, I advise them, play golf because it's the only sport that's play and stay and you'll go on forever. Now, rugby players who I have so much admiration for and the great role they played in bringing people together, those Springbok players, when they get to 50, they'll hardly walk. They'll hardly walk from the thumping and the arthritis that they're going to get. But if you play golf, you'll always get a job, and it's played everywhere in the world, and you've got a sport forever. And you learn to play with people that are blind, with no legs, with one leg. I play golf with all these people. It's remarkable. People with no arms play golf. So it's an incredible sport, and I'm very happy for him. I can't tell you how happy I am for that young Indian man.
Brilliant. And we're in March already, April next month, Masters. What does the Masters mean to you?
Well, I rate it in the top 4 tournaments in the world. I rate it 4th. I rate the British Open number 1, the US Open number 2, PGA and the Masters. So it's in the top 4 in the world. It's remarkable. It's the best run tournament in the world. It's the most beautiful place to play. And you've got a lot of history attached to it with Bobby Jones, who was one of the greatest players ever, President Eisenhower, who that's where I first met him and admired him so much. We can thank President Eisenhower for freedom, the most cherished word in the world, freedom. And freedom is on the wane in the world big time now. So let's hope Donald Trump will bring back a lot of it. But the Masters is a very special place, very special indeed. And this will be my 67th visit to the Masters. Isn't that amazing? You know, when I think of my career, I've won more tournaments than anybody living today. I won the Grand Slam on the regular tour, the Grand Slam on the senior tour. Nobody's ever done that. I won more national titles, US Open, British Open, Australian Open, than Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Arnold Palmer together. But that's gone. I'm not a golfer anymore. That's not my legacy. I want my legacy to say, this man raised money for charity and changed tens of millions of people's lives. That's my dream. And Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and I, according to our manager in America, one way or another, we raised over $400 million for charity, which is trillions of rands. And this is, I want to be known as a philanthropist from now, not as a golfer. That's gone. And I don't believe in legacies. You take Winston Churchill, maybe the greatest, not maybe, definitely the greatest leader in my time. If it wasn't for him, you and I wouldn't be sitting here today. And people are defacing his statue in England and calling him a racist. Can you believe it? So, I mean, there are no legacies. You do what you can while you're here, you contribute to society, and you get the hell out of here, and you hope you go to heaven where it's a good place.
Last question from me. How big would it be for World Golf and the Masters if Tiger were to play in the Masters next month? You don't know if he's going to play yet, but if he is able to.
Yeah, well, I'm such an admirer of Tiger Woods. You know, what he did for golf around the world is remarkable, the same as Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus and a host of players have done. But you know, Tiger Woods' legs, your legs are what carry you around. Your legs are what hit the ball, not your hands. And his legs are not in good shape. And the Masters, what people don't understand looking at that tournament, it's uphill and it's downhill and it's side hill. And that is tough on the legs. I don't know if he can walk around there. We hope he'll play. Everybody wants to see him play. But he's doing a lot of good work with his charitable work. And you know, golf has raised twice the amount of money for charity, more than any other two sports together. In America, it's well over $3 billion that they've raised for charity. And so golf plays its role in improving the world.